So in this lesson, is the 9th lesson, we will talk about the new psychosomatic paradigm in sociology and in the, let's say, global culture. And even in this field that is very important for psychosomatic, there have been a global consciousness revolution. Just some information about the state of our planet, and that is really like an ecosystemic bomb, and we can see this global crisis as a global psychosomatic disease. Since many years, the World Health Organization have warned that the spread of psychosomatic disease is progressively increasing. And they are basically saying that in 10 years, diseases like stress, anxiety, depression, that they call it the diseases of our time, may become the second most common disease, immediately after cardiovascular disease. This is a statistic from Brain Research Institute of American Institute of Stress of the 2015 that says that the 77% of the population suffer from stress-related physical system and symptom. So it's really something, is a dramatic situation. But the thing we really would like to underline is really that in this moment we are really at the edge of a bigger choice, of a bigger division of the perspective of our future. And just let's imagine this is the fossil fuel age curve. Scientists say that our fossil fuel resources are basically now started to finish. And this is a very planetary choice, because many people just say, well, this is very easy, let's go to nuclear energy. The fossil fuel are going lower, so let's use nuclear energy, nuclear power. And this we will have energy forever. But it's a very dirty energy. Is really unsustainable for the Earth. And there is this big, enormous problem, as we saw it in Fukushima, in 3 Mile Island, where something breaking in the nuclear plant, there is some disaster, ecological, human nuclear disaster. And this, the nuclear that remain lasts for 100,000 years. So we can have this choice. This is the oil curve in different parts of the world, in different model. But instead of nuclear power, we can definitely see that there must be a growth in renewable energy. So it's a choice, or nuclear or renewable energy. And many scientists in many parts of the world already say since 10 years, they say, now we could really shift from nuclear and fossil fuel to renewable energy, solar, windy, and it's just a political choice. So we can really see the difference, and we can just improve the different choice for our future and decide what is that we really want for our future. And this is Prigogine bifurcation point. Ilya Prigogine is a Nobel for chemistry, say that every living being, every living system, every time goes into a moment of crisis, have basically two choices. The first simple choice is to get into a space of more disorder. That means can be even the death of the living system, the collapse of the system. And in this moment, if we go ahead with this unsustainability, nuclear power, fossil fuel, and so, we really risk to collapse the whole planetary system, or the society get a higher level of order and evolution. So get the chance and a challenge and takes a step into more conscious vision and understanding of our possible sustainable future. This is very important. So Erwin Laszlo took the same on a more, let's say, cultural plane. We are here, and in the last centuries, we have reached a very critical point in ecological crisis, where we have two choices. One, we can collapse, ecosystemic and social collapse, and in many countries happen, in many situations of war, of economic or ecological disaster. Or we do a jump in consciousness, in vision, and we work for a planetary sustainable civilization. This is our choice. And James Lovelock, who was a very important scientist, writer, and researcher on environmental subject, coined this Gaia hypothesis that considered the Earth a single superorganism capable of self-regulation, like our being can be regulated in our temperature. And when we get sick, the temperature gets higher or lower. So the planet Earth is regulating his temperature and the quantity of salt and many, many parameters. So that means that the Earth is a living network, as a big unity, big living system. And we are part of it. But we should consider that humanity, in this moment, is like working half for the good, for the sustainability of the planet. And a part of humanity is really working as a disease, as a virus, that is really making our planet going to an unsustainable future. So, with Erwin Laszlo, we create this Institute for New Paradigm Research. And Erwin Laszlo is now creating this beginning of the network that is connecting all the most important personalities that are concerned with ethical and sustainable culture. In order to create this basic DNA, I'm part of this big work, and I'm working in the field of psychosomatic. Other people work in other fields. But we have to have a single big model, we call it new paradigm, that can help all of us joining in a basic DNA idea, basic DNA knowledge, so we can work together in different fields for the same future. This is Paul Ray, is an American sociologist who first studied the phenomenon of cultural creatives. Cultural creatives are all the people interested in ecology, human rights, peace, nutrition, natural medicine, personal growth, all ecological and sustainable lifestyle. And he discovered, Paul Ray was here at in our institute, and together we decide to create to promote a sociological research, even not in the United States, but even in Italy, in Japan, in Germany, in French, and in Hungary. And we did it. This is the main 10 field of the cultural creative. NGOs, economy, ethic economy, ecology, new technology, sustainability, NGO that works for people all over, natural medicine, arts, creativity, sound, communication, psychology, peace, intercultural and human rights, spirituality, and new education on personal growth. The research worldwide have shown that we did all this survey, sociological survey in the 2005, and in all the country we did this survey. It appeared that the number of cultural creative were basically 35% of the population. But there was a very large part of the population who are interested in the new culture, in the new paradigm, but they don't yet live, they don't yet have a normal daily life behavior, sustainable behavior. So they think about something good. Yes, I like peace, but I still do some kind of conflict. And this is the curve of growth of cultural creatives. In the very beginning, in USA, the first survey done by Porray said that the number of population was between 1 and 2% of the American population. After, in the 95, the same survey was reached the number of 24% of the American population. So a very rapid and important growth. Then Porray came here in Italy, and we did the same survey, sociological survey, in Italy, in French, in USA, and in Japan, and in Hungary. And basically, the number growth in 10 years up to 35%. So this is a very rapid, a very important curve of change in culture. So we can estimate that in a linear prediction, that by year 2023-24, we could reach the 51% population. That means that we can choose our political direction. But our fear is that this linear prediction can be delayed due to economical global crisis or from other kind of political or social or natural crisis like earthquake or anything we cannot yet imagine. So we create this project, global project, that is based on our mindfulness psychosomatic protocol and on Gaia project that we show it in the next lesson. That is basically a project to teach and to connect people in this new paradigm vision based on the new sustainable paradigm, new sustainable model in economy, in psychology, in psychosomatic, in education, and so forth. This can probably speed up this process in reaching the 51% of population. That basically is to reach the capacity to drive and the direction of our future. One more thing that is really an internet revolution is the 6th degree of separation. What that doesn't mean? That means that when in United States they try to study the relation between all the people who were connected in internet, they study how much they are divided one from each other. And they discover that a single person, statistically, a single person is divided by any other people on internet only just by 5 people. So I know someone that knows another person that knows this one. So 6 degrees of separation means that we are a big family, that is a small world, that is a small nation. Then basically everybody is connected to other people. So that means that if a person, maybe you, can change, if you are changing your life, you are changing your love, emotional stuff, if you are changing your consciousness, your self-awareness, then something is changing and very quickly can influence all the people around you. But the idea was to study even the world network, because in few years many people in the world start to get in internet. So how was the number, the degree of separation, not only in one USA state, but all over the world? Scientists have studied that, and they discovered that still is 6 degrees of separation. So we are a big family in a small planet. It looks big, but internet is really a revolution. That means that we are in touch basically with everybody. And they did very interesting and experiment. They did just a photograph of an American guy in Australia to an Australian Aborigine, and say, okay, just through internet. He didn't have even internet at home. He were just using an internet point in the village. So he said, okay, try to find if it's true this 6 degrees. So he went to the internet point. He asked his friend through internet. He sent them the picture. They sent the picture to some American friend, who sent it to other friend, and in 6 degrees they discovered the person. So it's really something. We are very connected. There is a kind of a network that still we don't really understand. Is really powerful. And by changing yourself, you will change the world. And this is one of our main points. So let's go to this very interesting statement of Margaret Mead. She was a sociologist, an anthropologist, very well known, that says, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. It's very interesting. Maybe we can be part of this small group of very committed citizens that have a new vision, a new sustainable perception of our psychosomatic being and of the world. But if we go just 1 second back to that, just imagine if one person is changing his psychosomatic health, consciousness, heart, way to move and live the daily life, then immediately this psychosomatic health will go through the network, will go through other person. So we can really imagine that out of that can be one of the many things, the psychosomatic paradigm, one of the many tools that can really make our planet grow in a good direction. And now let's go to a very simple but interesting psychosomatic planet experience. We can imagine how the idea, the structure of a possible next political revolution. No bloody revolution, maybe a peaceful, conscious revolution. And this exercise is not just let's say an intellectual exercise, but is a physical exercise. Okay. So let's start this 10-minute direct experience on the subject that we treat in the lesson about our planet. And let's just remember that this physical world have been all explored by people, by scientists, but we still have an inner planet, an inner dimension that really need to be explored. and there is a vast land we can really discover, and this is really something that we all can do and we really should do. Let's close our eyes. Let's feel the body. Let's stretch gently the body, consciously breathing. Legs, arm, back. And let's feel the whole body breathing. Let's feel the air entering into the nose, in the head, with our mouth gently open. We can feel the stream, the sensation of the air going from the head to the throat, through the lungs, the heart, and then down to the belly. And let's feel the wholeness of our being. And let us give more attention to the neurosomatic axis, the spine, from the top of the head to the lower part of the spine. And I just invite you, with eyes closed, to stand in front of your chair, having just a little space around. I invite you to move your arms and hands just on the side, maybe 20, 30 inches, 40 centimeters around your body, even 20 if you wish. And just feel the round shape of your energy field. Okay, now let's feel to be a planet. So I'm the Nitamo planet. You will be this incredibly special, unique planet that have your name. Just feel it. And the lower part of your body is the South Pole. And the top of your head is the North Pole. And all around you, the sphere, the field of your energy, and the equator, the middle point. And just feel it, and gently try to move around your spine, like the earth is doing. And maybe if you have some light in some around you, then you can feel like the day and night. Gently, slowly turn on your spine, on your axis, as the planet do. Very well. Feel it, just moving. And breathe. You are an alive planet. The moon is not alive, it's a dead planet. You are alive. And let's stop. You can sit if you want, or you can stand. And just feel you, yourself, is the governor, the king, the queen, the emperor and the empress of your world. You can decide everything in your life, the way to live, to express every kind of emotion. So, the question is, are you a good king, a good queen? Does your planet feel happy? And just remember how many tensions, stress, pain, diseases is in your body. How little pleasure is in your body cell that are the citizen of your planet. Just think about your heart. Is your heart well open, enjoying life, feeling the beauty of being, or your heart is slightly or deeply closed and not enjoying, not feeling very much love, just some time with some people. Most of our relationship are not a loving relationship. And your mind is just a clean, peaceful mind, or is engaged in 1,000 problems and conflict. So, are you a good king, a good queen, or this is a bad government? It's true that you are really taking care of your population, the body, cell, and heart population, or you are eating junk food and sleeping not in a good way and treating your body and heart in a very heavy way. How is your government? And just for a second, feel that since we are all connected, 6 degrees of separation, try to imagine, instead of being really against some political party that we want to change, that we wish that they should change our world, our society, our direction. For a second, just imagine an inner revolution. How can you change your pattern, your structure? And this is a pyramidal structure. Your head is governing most of the time, your heart, your emotional level, dimensions, and your body dimension. So let's change. And let's try to be in a space of mindfulness, psychosomatic mindfulness. And you can try to choose and to change from head that is governing, sometimes as a dictator, or the heart that governs the whole system in a very more wise and loving way. The wisdom of the heart. And just feel it. Open your heart. Feel that the heart is named the emperor or empress in Chinese tradition, in Chinese medical tradition. So, just change the quality of your inner center. Breathe and feel that you have really a power not to change other people, but to change your world, your planet, your way to act and to work and to relate. So, one more question. How long can you imagine you can take to change from a mind dictatorship to a self-psychosomatic govern? You could do it even now, but it will take a longer time, sometimes weeks or months, sometimes years. But we can really do this change, this inner revolution. And our life will take another direction, a path. And each step of the path will be, wow, I'm changing. I'm discovering something that I can do in order to live in a better way. Feel it. And like if you have to decide and to vote for one of these two different kind of govern, which one you would like to vote? Decide right now. Most of the people choose to open the heart and to live with the heart open, with self-consciousness as the center of our life, of our being. And to start to stop all bad food and behavior and relationship, and with some difficulty, open new relation, new way to work in a more sustainable, peaceful way. And this will change yourself and the world. If the world will change, if we really will step into a higher level of organization and complexity, a new sustainable civilization, you can be one of those people who makes the difference. Okay. Gently, slowly open your eyes. And just feel this change is already happening. Maybe it can happen in a more conscious way. This is our hope. And this is the real goal of all these 10 lesson courses on new psychosomatic paradigm. Thank you very much.